Welcome to the Totally Awesome Outdoor Show. I'm going to try and catch you a sea fish. I'm down there with my rods. I've already got a couple of rods out there. I'm going to be trying to catch either whiting or codling. And I'm sea fishing, good eating fish. And when I get those fish, should I get those fish, should I get that fish, I'll be trying to cook it over an open fire using these, yes, coat hanger, and some strips of wood. Now, how's he going to do that? First, I'm going to catch the fish. Just for you people out there that don't want to catch fish yourselves, I'm ledgering out there with 3-hook paternoster rig. If you go on the Totally Awesome Fishing Show, you can get some of the idea on some of the rigs we use to catch a fish. And it's coming up dusk. I probably won't catch anything until it gets dark because it's not a sort of spot for catching fish in the daylight. If I do catch on that, I shall bring it up, knock it on the head, gut it, and I'll show you how I'm going to rig it up and cook it over the fire. The bait I'm using is ragworm. I've also got some squid. I'm going to be tipping the hooks with squid, so ragworm on the hook first, then squid. So that's for the fishing orientated of you. Let's fingers crossed we get a fish there, otherwise I'll look really stupid with a coat hanger, 4 blocks of wood and a fire that we hope lights. Anyway, let's soldier on. Beach was pretty much deserted, which is the way I like it. On one reel I had what's called braid line, which gives you a really good bite indication, and on the other reel I had just regular nylon monofilament, which is cheaper, has a little bit of stretch, doesn't give you quite such good bite detection. But hopefully I'll pick up some bites as that sun started to drop. It's a question with sea fishing, you've just got to wait because you never know what's out there. And of course, one of the things that you have to have first is the fish. But what do you need before the fish? An awful lot of patience. I feel when it's dark, I'm going to get something, and I've got floodlight from the camera as well. 30 minutes on bites, I reckon, guys. We shall see. There we go, people. That didn't take too long, just as the light's starting to go. Got some whiting, but alas, these are undersized very slightly, but most countries possibly don't have any size limits at all, you know, depending which country you go to. A lot of countries will have size limits for different species, so just check out your size limits first and just pick the ones that are the right size for eating. So a nice pair of whiting, but I want something a bit bigger. I'm hungry. Wait till it gets really dark. I think there's going to be more of these guys out there. Well, as we thought, guys, darkness is coming. Doesn't look it, the camera's still pretty good, but I've got a floodlight as well. This one's nearly a keeper, this one on this side. That's nearly edible, but I'm going to throw them back. I'm going to keep going until I get 2 really nice ones I can show you how I'm going to cook them up. And whiting are really good eating, especially when you get them fresh. That's the only way to eat any fish. Just take what you want, put everything else back. Yeah, this one's nearly a keeper. I'm probably going to rue the moment I put this one back. There he is. But there you go. I'll try get you guys a bigger one. Get these back and get a bait out again. Well, guys, I'm getting bites on every single row at the moment. I feel I'm going to get some big enough to cook up. Definitely fish on this one. Well, there we go, they are in fact getting a bit bigger. That's not a keeper. That one is certainly on the borderline. I think I'm going to check these other rods first and then get the fire lit. Take a while for those embers to burn down and then it's ready for cooking. Only need a couple, put the other fish back. There's no need killing everything. I just want a couple to show you, how to cook them. But there we go, another 2 there. I've got one that's cookable. good size. I'm going to let these guys go about. I'll try and get 2 if I can. If not, we're going to go with the one I've got. And incidentally, these beads here are like floating beads that keep the bait off the bottom. They've been really good. I've noticed tonight I've probably had 15, 20 whiting. Quite a lot are on that bead. Get these back and see if we can't catch that one more vital fish. That's all starting to take. Hopefully it's going to burn through there. I just scooped out a fire pit and I can put a groove here so the wind actually comes up underneath the fire. But of course it's a long way from cooking. All this is just smoke and just starting to light. I want it burnt through and I want it on embers before I can start to cook the fish. Which leaves me with something else to do, and that's check the fishing rods again. Okay, well I'm waiting for the embers to burn down to a nice glow. This is what I'm going to do. I'm going to take a coat hanger, regular wire one, not plastic coated ones. It's got to be just plain wire. Going to pop it like that, straighten length of it out, take the kinks out of it, measure roughly what you think the width of the fire is going to be. Then I'm going to come down like this, and I come out like that. If you can see that angle, probably guess what it's going to be. I'm going to straighten that out. I'm going to snip there. Oh, take the wire home with you, don't leave it on the beach. Common sense really. And then what I've done is a couple of bits of flatwood like this. I've cut, you can just see 2 notches in there. And when that burns down, I'm going to jam one in here, one in there like that. I'm going to put the whiting on there on a spit like this across the fire, and then I can gradually rotate it as and when I want, because fish doesn't take very long to cook, a matter of minutes when it's got the heat there. But what I will do is I'll put about in the middle there a little kink, because otherwise when you push it into the body of the fish, if you have just straight wire and not a little holding notch there, when you go to rotate it, it's just going to keep spinning. So that little notch there should just hold it in place. So I'm going to let that burn down now. Got my 2 bits here, my stakes. I'll try and run 2 at once. If I get another big fish, I will do it. If not, we're going to run with that one just to show you. And it's not disappointing on a winter night having a fire like that, just to keep warm and a bit of comfort as well. All wood has no nails in it, by the way. By the way, I think we're going to have to stop fishing on catching them, yes. 3 at a time now. So I'm going to show you next. I'm going to use that big one because they all seem pretty much of a stamp. I've only got the one big white in. There's the others, as you can see them. I'll get these guys back and then I'll show you how I'm going to put that other big white on a spit. Okay, I've got my whiting down there on a nice clean slab, just to take the guts out to show you. And then over here I've got my plate, which is going to be warm, a nice thick piece of slate there. I'm going to dry that out and that'll be my plate to eat off. And the bottom should be on the right hand side away from the fire, should be cool enough to hold. Obviously stones do get hot and do retain the heat, but that should be my plate. Now what I do is this. I'm just going to nip the tail off at the wrist of the tail. Just there. Just pop it through. One twist. That's done. Out for the seagulls. And then just here with the whiting is the vent. Very short distance between the mouth and the vent there. Just going to split that open. Like this. And remove those guts on there. Sometimes you can actually see what they're eating, a lot of time it's just crab. Now some people cook it with the guts in it, whole fish. They say it adds more flavour. But I don't see anything in there to tell me what he's been feeding on. I know what he's been, maybe there. No, I don't see anything in there to tell me. I think personally, they're quite hungry. There's something in there. I'm determined to get it out and show you guys. What it is intriguing because it's black. That is, it is something that's black. Oh, it's a baby crab. Little baby piece of crab, so he's been feeding on crab. I'm going to give this a rinse. Well, I think what I'll do is I'll skewer it first through here. So I'm going to go through the middle of the body like this with my coat hanger. Don't go into your hand. Along the back of the spine, you should be able to just feel it going through the back of the spine. You can just keep altering the direction of it. It's not vital, you just want it in there. And I'll try and push that bend in its mouth there. Right, that's now in the middle of its body. So when I rotate it, it doesn't keep spinning. I'll give this one a wash, and then when that burns down, he's ready for the fire. Okay, it's burned down nicely now. So I'm just going to measure. My plate is nice and warm, although somewhat burnt. Fish is going to go across about here, so I'm going to push in this piece of wood, lay that on the hot plate as it were. Build this up like this. Do this other one up like this. And there you can see that pretty well level. One stone in there. Wow, that's hot, that's for sure. It doesn't look hot, obviously, on the camera. I assure you, it is hot. Very hot. So that should be cooking nicely. Just keep an eye on it. Give it a minute or so, and then as you can see, I've got my little handle here. In a minute, I'll just start rotating that on the spit. You could sometimes, I could even use my plate here if I didn't want it slipping, and put stones either side like this just to hold it in position. Let's let him cook from the back first. Well, there we go, that's well cooked. I'm going to get my plate here. There's my plate, lovely and warm. Just slide that metal bar out, the coat hanger, and you can use it again, wash it, use it again. I've got it on the plate, and you can tell it's nice and crisp. The skin's crisped up nicely there. Wow, that was an exploding stone that he took my ear off. I shall retire to the confines of my little safe bivvy and enjoy this before the fire explodes on me again. Because you want for more. A lovely warm plate. Fish cooked to, well, done to perfection, I feel. Let's just have a look at it. Oh, I'll just show you guys the skin is falling to bits. Because like this, you can eat the skin. If you like skin, you can eat the skin as well. Man, some of that stone is hot. You cannot beat fresh fish. And this is Jeff, let me just show you there. I'll leave it with my penknife. My bushcrafting 2-inch long blunt penknife. And you can see it's just absolutely flaking up. And that's cooking it on that coat hanger and 2 steaks. So I'm not done with it yet. You would think a nice cold chilled Chardonnay would go down well with this. Not on a wild English windswept beach if you're in survival mode. I'm going to be boiling up a bit of water I brought with me. Put it in there, and I'm going to go for some tomato soup, a la powdered survival style. This is good. Wish I'd work out how to get some chips done as well. Another tip, guys, so I can feel it through the stone. If you get really cold and you are fishing in the winter, don't forget, if you put stones around a fire, can't stop eating now, put big stones like this slate around a fire, they will retain the heat like a hot water bottle for a long time. And if you put them around you, if they're not too hot, if they're not too hot, put them right next to you. If they're, you know, too hot, obviously, keep them around. They still radiate out heat. I've got this one on my lap and I can feel it. It's still throwing out heat. Lovely. A bit like a hot water bottle, but without bones. I tell you what, I'm sitting, I've had my fish, I've had my whiting, I'm sitting on this stone, I'm not joking, 20 minutes later I've got about another 12 or 14 white in there, the soup's boiled, the stone is absolutely idyllic to sit on this hot stone, and there we go people, finish off, not with a Chardonnay, not with a Chablis, but a cup of hot tomato soup. How hot, we'll find out when I have to go to the A&E to have my tonsils reinserted. The fire gets it's really hot. Thanks for watching the Total Elite Awesome Outdoor Show. Hope you've enjoyed it. I certainly have. The wind's picking up, the storm is coming. We're going to have this and I'm going to have that one last cast. Enjoy the outdoors. Ooh, yummy.